Hello and welcome to some asymmetric battles. I thought I'd give that a go because I've played it a little bit so far, as you can see from the tokens, but only really a couple of rounds. And I've also been I think Wargaming just gave me some tokens, or I got tokens from doing something else. I don't know. But I've tried playing both the lower tiers and the higher tiers, so we'll do a bit of both in this stream, and then maybe later on we'll just do some regular ships. So for those who have been living under a complete rock, asymmetric battles are basically one team has more lower tier ships and the team has fewer but higher tier ships, and it's not super balanced at the moment, but it is the first public iteration we've had, and especially with the higher tier teams you seem to get a lot of bots going in. Also, I should say thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub Makiak, something like that. If I was pronouncing the J as a kind of European J, I don't know. Anyway, something along those lines. Anyway, yes, thank you very much for the new sub, and hopefully you will find the stream suitably entertaining and worth your money. Still no Sam Cam yet, by the way. That is not due till I think the 15th, so we've got about another week before that's going to arrive. So let's actually maybe start with a tier 5. I don't know if I've done a tier 5 yet. What do I want to do? Maybe not Genova. Genova might be a bit painful. Maybe we'll try the Visby. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Handel. I do like Handel though. Handel's good. Good old Georg Friedrich Handel. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted by Sam. He's looking very cute right now. He's in his perch next to the computer. And kind of... He's doing that cat thing where it's like, you know, they're both part solid and part liquid. So even though he's kind of just lying on his side normally, his head is almost upside down because, you know, cat. Because cat. Oh, I see. It's not a name, it's a series of initials. I'll just call you MC then. Or Rue. Rue works, I suppose, but I'll never remember that. So let's go with MC. A lot more human tier 8s than before. Yeah, I suppose as people have been collecting the tokens, because it's 500 tokens, and that gets you one game in a higher tier ship. Also, Evil Tim getting in early there with the tier 1 gift sub, so thank you very much.
So be it. Jedi.
There has been some interesting variations on the maps as well. I mean, some of the maps are... I don't know if they're fully new or if they are... Like this one, for instance, this isn't a new map. This is from the base defense map, but they've kind of blown it up a bit. So they have done that with some of the maps. They've taken some operations maps and like expanded parts of them. But I swear there's one where I didn't recognise where it was from, but it might have been. You think you get more tokens for winning a tier? Yeah, I think so. Is it? Some games I've got like 125 tokens. I don't know if I've got 200 tokens yet, but yeah. Who is this? I don't know, German somebody in Tommaso. It's a bit of a mystery, really. So, there's a Mars, which I will definitely outspot. And they have an Indianapolis with radar, but otherwise I should be relatively secure unless I do something completely stupid. We do have a fair few destroyers on this team though, so we'll see how that works out. I haven't really done it with any tier 5s. I've done it with a couple of tier 6s and a couple of tier 8s, so I've been kind of ignoring the odd tiers, which seems like it would give the better results, but you know, you'd have the option of tier 5 and tier 7 to make things a bit interesting as well, I suppose. Right, so there's a Miyoko. Yeah, no, everything's where it's supposed to be. You started watching me for World of Warships and you're finally pleased to make me doing a boat stream. Well, I tried to stream at least twice a week. I sometimes even manage more than that, not always, but sometimes. And Thursday's my regular day, but Tuesday, kind of Monday, Tuesday are days when I quite often stream as well. Is the Gida... How are they spotted? Unless they were getting radared, I don't know. Right, so Shaw's backing up there, not entirely sure. Right, the Gnevny... don't fall into the trap of trying to... Because you can do that in a Mars. You can put down smoke and then drop a Hydro. Right, let's drop some torps that away. And you get a really quick reload. You don't have the... Well, you know, the puny torps, but you do have a very quick reload with these ones. The puny Swedish ticklers. But Visby's actually fast. Visby is the fastest of the entire Swedish line. I did actually realise with CK3 I could theoretically, as long as I picked a character to play that was head of a dynasty, I could just rename them to being Jedis. But the problem with that is there's literally no other kind of character customization available. So, oh, there's the Mars. So that's a bit of a problem. Right, I don't get a particularly good amount of rate of fire.
Torpedoes direct. Problem solved, sir.
Teeny bit risky, but it's a little bit of damage done. Basically just relying on this smoke to oof. Well, I wish I could say this is going super well, but maybe not. But York may well be running a Hydro. We've only taken down the one so far, and they do have the 2 cap points. Got some of the Pan EU. The main branch, the tech tree ones are all Swedish, apart from like the tier 2 and the tier 3. And the Orkan and the Biskivica are both Polish. So there's some Poles in there, but they are the premium ones. Right, I am just terrible at dropping torpedoes. It's tier 2's Austro-Hungarian. Is tier 3 not also non-Swedish, or is tier 3 also Swedish? Oh, hello. Tier 3 is Polish.
Engine boost activated.
Try and finish off that Straws. Obviously tremendously important. Right, I've got this island to work with, which is useful. He's firing AP, which is also useful. And I have a heal and he doesn't, which is the third useful thing. But his hit points rather eclipse mine. I do at least have 2 of my 3 turrets in the stern, so that's kind of handy. There we go, the Cesar is taking an interest. This guy's committed to chasing me. Oh, no, now he's smoking up. Just realised this might be a little bit hot. And my Hydro will be back. Not Hydro. Heal. No. Torpedoes! I nearly got there. My torpedoes will be back very shortly. So how are we doing overall? We're rather down in points. I've seen a lot of people complaining that the lower tiers always seem to win, but it's been pretty well mixed for me.
So be it, Jedi.
Cyborg Centurion, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime sub. Which is very much appreciated. Right, our Fuso's going down. We're actually getting the B cap, so this is their last little pocket of ships. But they could still manage to hit the points limit. I want to see if I can get close enough to spot. Taking a risk here because his Hydro might be running, but if it was, I think I would have... Oh, no, I'm getting very close to this Bismarck. Where are you, Mars? The Orc's dead. Mars is bugged off behind an island, I think. Whoop. Something. Secondaries, come on. Right, these are going to be AP shells, so... Oh, never mind. I was going to say they could hurt. They might not hurt at all. Loads HE, that would be nasty for me. But yeah, I don't think he was particularly secondary spec there, so that didn't seem to be particularly a problem. And he slowed down a bit, so I think we're going to get a good hit there. I think we might win this one. Sped up again, but 1, 2, and then those 3 should hit. Bam, bam, bam. So he's now an easy kill for my team, so it just remains to find that Mars, basically. Well, I say he's now an easy kill for my team. How is everybody doing? So Zari's got loads of health. Oh, we're fine. We're going to win this one. And there's the Mars. It's fine. Easy peasy. Never worried. Still got a bunch of heals left as well. Mars is good, but like a lot of the Tier 7 destroyers, it does suffer from particularly poor visibility.
Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, when you, if you're coming from another server, you just kind of have to grit your teeth and bear with it. And say to yourself, it's not seal clubbing, it's not seal clubbing. I'm not seal clubbing, this is not seal clubbing, it doesn't count.
Victory is in sight.
There he is.
Engine boost activated.
Although I don't know how many bots get thrown into the newbie queue, because it's been a long time. But in the not newbie queue, you do get a fair number of bots at lower tiers. Right, so not a huge amount of damage, but I think this was okay. I suspect the Mutsuki would have done better though. He's had, well, it depends if the Bismarck lives long enough for him to get the full cap, but yeah. Mostly bots every game, okay. Guess that shouldn't be too surprising. Do I play weak boats? I do have some of the Azalane ships, yeah. Ah, screw it, let's just open fire. Don't know if he's even going to last long enough for my torps to get there. Nah. How am I liking CK3? As I play it, I've uncovered more issues. There is a tendency towards blobbing of large empires, so there don't seem to be any effective anti-blobbing measures, particularly for the AI, especially for the player as well. There's nothing like coalitions against people that expand quickly. The only real incentive not to try and expand quickly is in terms of kind of religious and cultural control that you exert over counties. You can end up with a lot of counties with a low control factor, which can end up causing rebellions, but that doesn't seem to happen nearly often enough to actively be a problem. Oh, do I play the Azalane game? No, I've never played that, or Kantai Collection either. Let's jump around between tiers, I suppose. Let's do a tier 7 next. Having said I've been neglecting all my odd and even tiers. KGV seems like it would be a strong one. Let's unlock that. When he's blobbing, well, they keep like it's always. I think there's always been phases of it. If you look at the EU games and the CK2 especially, they kind of come out with like EU especially. I've got memories of France being the great big blue blob that would swallow half of Europe before you could blink an eye. Before various measures were introduced to try and slow things down a bit. And in CK3, it seems to be the existing large empires when you come into a game, particularly Byzantium. Byzantium just seems to grow and grow. Right, so this is, again, familiar map. Actually, let's just stick with AP. And got a Furious this time. And only 2 caps. I think you could, theoretically, if you were restrained, play CK2, CK3 tall, as it were, without being particularly expansionist. If you concentrated more on intrigue and schemes and kidnapping and marriages and that kind of thing. But yeah, that's just an observation. That doesn't feel super duper balanced at the moment. What else? There's things I've noticed are missing, like there's no personal inventory kind of system anymore, so you can't have someone craft you a nice crown or a nice weapon or any of that kind of thing, and that might be added again at some point, but that would have been nice to have in. What else? I don't know. Like secret orders and societies are not in the game, but I think that was probably more of a deliberate choice not to put them in right away. Just to limit the amount they had to work on for launch. Oh, yeah, never get a cat. Too late, Brett. Too late. Oh, see you, Ezra Gurney. Well, we'll be able to watch the rest later. Yeah, I suppose I am starting a little late-ish. I mean, the biggest instance of Sam being a fuzzy little butthead so far was him waking me up. I think, like, twice now? I don't know, he's sort of woken me up early-ish. And I don't like it, because when I get woken up like that, you know, sleep interrupted, I kind of go back to sleep but then feel super grotty for the rest of the day. It's not especially fun. And he was, you know, it was properly running up and down like a little madman, knocking shit from my table on the floor, just the whole 9 yards. How long's the noob matchmaking last? I think it's to do with your account level. The Baltic radar. Yeah, it's to do with your account level, I'm pretty sure. The Molotov's just been all the way back there. It's on a caster, okay. He's doing a bit of a rush, it seems like. I mean, if you know what you're doing, it's not too hard to get to tier 5, so... Oh, he's put torps out towards the Bismarck, it would seem. And there's the Furious, because reasons, I guess? Okay, interesting. So I'll put a fighter up. Right, I'm not sure why that Furious is there, but sure, I'll take it. We still have a Fubuki around. Oh, that missed entirely. Okay, strategic. Why? Never mind. Oh, there's the torpedoes. Gonna take one of these. Because, you know, we have a radar ship, but he just doesn't want to actually use said radar, so, you know, it'll be complicated. That would be complicated, actually using the radar that he has, clearly.
Problem solved, sir.
I play the German CVs. I kind of had the up to the tier 6 unlocked. I don't think we're ever going to get a radar from this Balti. Can we... Is there a thing I can... Oh, no, intelligence status, the one I want. This be... Ah, never mind, I'm going to die anyway. Just realised how low my health was. Wow, this was a poor showing. Yeah, he hasn't used his radar once so far. But never mind. Let's do another ship. I think I got a bit too gung-ho there, but, you know, I was like, oh, no, it's fine, there's a radar cruiser, he'll use radar. No. So, you know, so much for that plan. Flint. Flint could be dirty. Let's try the Flint. I could try taking the tier 6 carrier. Where's it gone? I do have a specific Atlanta captain. There we go. I'll just double check flags as well. It's been an age since I played the Flint. There we go. Bunch of flags, that'll do. Yeah, expecting teammates to not just be 100% selfish. I mean, playing for the team. What am I thinking? Playing for the team. That's crazy talk. Right, let's see how we do. I've played one game in a tier 8 carrier, just what was it, the Graf Zeppelin, just to see how it felt playing a carrier in asymmetric games. And although of course nobody has particularly good AA, you're just kind of permanently scrambling to actually inflict enough damage. So if the rest of your team kind of sucks, it almost feels like you're taking the place of a ship that could be a lot more useful. Although in my case also there's the fact I'm not that good at carriers. Right, I think in theory that little island there, well, I don't know how suitable that is, but that would give me coverage of the caps. Zeppeline's kind of weak. I mean, the rocket planes are good. But I suppose compared to, I don't know, Kaga maybe would have been a better choice. Right, this time we've got the P-Bag, which does, I think, have radar. So we do have at least one radar ship still. Hey, Sir Dixie. I think our main spotting mechanism is going to be our carrier. And again, lots of destroyers. Cruisers don't seem to be super popular for the lower tier bracket. But there's not that many lower tier cruisers that have any particular kind of armor range or heals. It doesn't get radar, okay. I guess the carry is our main spotting mechanism there. Right, we do have usable radar. Torpedoes. They're kind of puny. I think these are the Sims torps, aren't they? Oh no, wait, no, they're not Sims torps. They were Sims torps. They got replaced, didn't they? These are now like the Mayhan torps. Is it the Atlanta I'm thinking of that has Sims torps? But short range ones. I can't remember. It's complicated. There's too many ships. I can't remember them all now. And oh, Margie's only just kind of woken up. Oh well, at least they have kind of woken up. So no, okay, so I'm just completely wrong and I should just sit here in my shameful wrongness and be ashamed.
Smoke generator started.
Right, they got some kind of destroyer there. Right, it's been an age since I played either this or the Atlanta, so I think there's going to be a little bit of calibration involved with me actually trying to hit. Oh good, now nothing's in range. And of course, you know, if these don't get any kind of range bump with the captain skill rework thing, then it's going to get even better. Or even worse, rather, you'll go back to that, what, 11.1 or something? Without AFT? Hello, Bayern, you'll do. Still a minute left on this smoke. Oh, it gets healed instead of a radar. Okay, I really haven't played it enough to have memorised that fact yet. Even more lead than that, even though it's only a Bayern. Because these shells go to space and back. I don't think this is IFHE flu. No, AFT, BFT. Demo expert. So I've gone for fire chance. I don't think this is a 19-point captain. So let's get some sweet, sweet fires. Also, hello Jianwei. I see you there being sneaky. I need to go for him next. He's dead. Not entirely sure what else is spotting me. We're ahead on points, but behind on caps. Implacable, you might want to move. He obviously knows the guy's there if he's sending planes after him. Oh, hello, that's Nicholas. Still spotting me. There's a T-22 around somewhere. Well, this is a jolly awkward little turn. Not sure what my chances of hitting this young way. very nearly dead. The Hydro going as well. I don't think the Xiaomei has enough torque power to kill. Our Implacable did not... No, he does. Our Implacable did not move. Didn't even try to move. So that was a derp. That was a huge derp. Why would you not move? Instead, he just perfectly let that Xiaomei put all of his torps into him. Right. I wonder if AP would actually be better against the upper belt here. Oh, this could be painful. Well, that's not too bad. And even at this range, you've still got the funky ballistics. Come on, let's try back to her. Ooh, HE, or is this going to do it? There we go.
Battleship sunk.
Feels wows, man. Yeah, I suppose. Oh yeah, he was the one that was having a bit of a whinge as well, wasn't he? Hello, T22. Go.
Enemy destroyer sunk. Our team has taken the lead.
Right, Fuso's well out of range from me, sadly. What's that? In this mode, if like the teams basically just want to stick together as a blob, so why is he complaining about lemming train? That's basically how you play this mode, is everybody sticks together. I might have smoked a bit prematurely here because this guy's just about dead already.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Feels like a far more satisfactory game, yeah, I'd say so. Not a huge amount of damage, but got a couple of kills.
Smoke screen set.
See you, Brett. Well, that was a Pro Fuso player. I have all this range, so therefore I'm just going to sit the back still and use all that range, not actually move around. Coincidence, follow Farnsworth? Possibly. Maybe the real coincidence is that you're never seen in the same room at the same time.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Not that I'm implying, you know, anything there at all about you being the same person for some reason. I don't know why that would make any kind of sense, but that's where I'm going with my slightly silly thoughts, apparently. So, that was, you know, a win. Not terrible. Yeah, Placable did at least kill something, but yeah, it was. You knew there was a destroyer coming for you, but you just kinda sat there. Let's do a tier 6. I could try the London, that's got a smoke. Rather short range and squash it. Although someone was asking about, who was asking about German CVs, I can't remember now, but we could try that. I could try the Vesa, which I am sort of technically grinding. Yeah, we're about halfway. She's looking very cute curled up right now. I wish you could see this. The Sam Cam can't get here soon enough. Right, and this, well, this is the map from, I can't remember which operation it is now, but one of the Tier 8 operations. I think this is the full-scale map as well. This is the one where you'd all start down here and have to, like, come up here and then defend from all sides. Right. Gosh, what the heck do I even want to fly off first? Let's try my bombers. Ironically enough, the Vesa is great for normal Tier 6 operations. It's the one thing the Vesa is actually good at, because you get a lot of lower tier battleships that you can drop your AP bombs on. But yeah, for randoms, the Vesa, not so much. So I've mostly just been playing the Vesa in Tier 6 operations, to be honest. Let's see whose fighters win the Battle of Fighters here. In theory, my fighters should tag on to their fighters. Well, we at least took their attention away. Right, Richelieu. Odin. The big problem for me is they're going to be a blob. I can't really do anything against a blob of Tier 8. But I can at least scout to start with. You had good luck with the Pensacola. I think I would require video evidence of such a thing. There's an Odin. A kind of lone Odin. The carrier should be very nearby as well. Well, I guess we're going to try and get in against this Odin. If I can make it. And there's the Chicago. It's probably just going to be a single drop. Oh, can we do it? Can we do it? Yeah, got a Citadel. It's a complete waste. They're fantastic. If I was in any other carrier, I'd be like, yeah, I'll just use my rocket planes on their fantasks. That's not going to happen. Right, we know the fantask is in B. I'm also going to move my carrier a bit, just to prove that some people playing carriers know that they can in fact move their carriers. Right, so if Vesteros was being sensible, they'd stick close enough to the kamikaze to get the benefit of their smoke. Fantastic is going to be tricky to drop on. It's so dang fast. Don't know how well that's going to... No, he just slowed down. It's not really a lot I can do unless he derps. Going to do a lot, but you never know, we might pin a flooding on this Richelieu. Let's just recall them, put the bombers out again. Oh, there we go, got a flooding. Of course, I can't then follow it up with, you know, a fire or anything like that, but still, somebody else might get lucky. Terminus Thrall. What? I mean, what kind of ships do you like? Cruisers? Battleships? What kind of thing tickles your fancy? Because the Hindenburg is a fairly solid tier 10, so there's that. I don't know if you want a new line to try. There are plenty. I mean, the Italians would be something rather different than perhaps you'd been used to. Yeah, that missed. Yeah, there's plenty of battleship lines for you to try out. There's European destroyers, which is something a bit different. I don't know what to suggest really. Cruisers, you'd like to get good with BBs. In terms of forgiving battleships, I mean, the Germans are still semi-decent, but in terms of kind of like consistency and having good things all the way up to the top of the line. Maybe the French battleships? The Richelieu's are... Oh, no, completely messed that up. The Richelieu's a good tier 10, not Richelieu, the Republic. So that's a good one to grind for. And most of the French line are at least sort of decent in some aspect. The American battleships are very solid, reliable ships, but you do have the slow ones to go through. Not everyone is is a fan of the big slow ones. Russian battleships are quite tanky, but you've got to get fairly close and be very on top of your damage control management, because they only have limited damage control parties, just like the Red October. So yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of new stuff. I wouldn't necessarily go back and play the Khabarovsk because it ain't what it used to be. Let's put it that way. Right, apparently that was a really rubbish drop. No, I don't need to send rockets out again. But you know what, let's go with it. I don't really have full squads of anything else. Yeah, it's great playing the tier 6. I don't know particularly why I was like, yeah, no, I'll play a tier 6... Tier 6 carrier. That's a good plan. Yeah, French destroyers. I think they kind of only reached their true, like their final form at kind of tier 9 and tier 10. To some extent tier 8 as well, but really tier 9 and tier 10 when you can slap on the range and run around and do proper gunboat things. Didn't so much enjoy them before that point. This isn't going to be a lot of damage if it's any. It's just oh, so I'm doing something in between. Let's just recall them. Right, 6 of 8. Let's try these guys again. I just noticed, what the hell is that Dunkirk doing? That's report worthy. Oh, a few ships just going, yeah, no, fuck it, I'm just going to go into the corner. Do nothing at all. The Lowenheart might actually be better because you can set fires. I don't think the New York's going to last too much longer. Then we just got the Dunkirk, who's decided that going down into the corner would be a good plan because reasons. Ah, overpens. Nope. It's the biggest downside of being the bottom tier carrier is you get to like make one drop if you're lucky. Yeah, if you can smack the destroyers with HE bombs, it is very effective. Well, I can't see how our Visby's doing. I did get a Citadel on, was it the Odin before? Seriously, Dunkirk would be pretty useful right now. They could be flinging HE at these guys.
Against
Oh, I didn't mean to drop the fighter there, but never mind. It's just being fat-fingered. Oh, let's get another top hit. It's going to be a near thing. I've so rapidly run out of planes. Seriously, Dunkirk, what the hell are you doing? Don't think I can actually outrun this this Richelieu. I think we're going to get spotted sooner rather than later. Dunkirk turned around. Yeah, he's travelled all the way down to literally J10. And decided, yeah, maybe I'll actually start playing. Perhaps. You know, I'll consider the possibility. I don't think so. I suspect it's going to have its own separate win rate thing. I really wish you could sector your AA when you're like, I don't get why you can't do that when you're controlling planes. You should be able to sector your AA at least in a carrier. Wargaming, I've been told many a time that that should really be a thing, but I don't seem to really care. Alright, this has not exactly been a good damage game, but what can one do? Especially as one person just decided to feck off and be completely useless. Ryujo, yeah, I mean, as long as you're not completely bottom tier, because you tend to face blobs of AA when you get bottom tier that you can't really do anything against. Right, we'll try and go for the Odin. This is going to be my last drop, man. Oof. Are we even going to make this? Nope. My word, that Dunkirk was utterly useless. Anyway, so that's the Vesa. Not so good for this mode, I think. Well, I didn't do a lot of damage. Still better than the Dunkirk. What else can I report them for? Plays poorly. Unsporting behaviour we could do as well. Let's do a tier 8. We haven't done tier 8 yet. I'm just jumping around the tiers, basically. What do we fancy? Massachusetts has been fun. Prince Eugen, perhaps? Cheshire? Cheshire's quite a heavy hitter, but, you know, not so much with the actual range or armour. I'm not quite sure what to take. Let's try Edinburgh. Smoke might be handy. It's got a decent suite of tools. And I will also just quickly dash to the bathroom while it's queuing up.
Construction stations.
Oh, right, what have we got? Oh, am I being a filthy AFKer? Right, it's this one again. This particular map. Hey, Foo. I'm trying to be asymmetric. I could have tried a radar Edinburgh, perhaps. Sorry it's going the other way, so it's just me and the key. We do have a few destroyers, yeah. It's 3, so potentially one could be zooming over here. It's not a premium, it's more like I don't know, what would you call it? An armory ship. So it doesn't give you premium bonuses, but if you get it, you do get the perma camo with it, which gives the kind of regular tier 10 perma camo bonuses. So it kind of economically will be about the same as a tier 8 premium ship as would any other tier 10 with perma camo. Right, so we got the cap. Don't know, maybe we do just want to turn around. And spotted. A random talk drop, see if that catches anybody. Suki and Farragut are over there. A Marblehead? A Marblehead? Of all the things! A marble... You can tell I'm confused. Right, is this key getting in my way a little bit? You are going to need to let me past key. Or is your plan to ram me into an island? Graf Spee. Firing explosive, that's okay. That's going to be one of their destroyers in this cap. Exactly. Arme Stetinus. Exactly that tone of voice. Ping my own hydro here just to be sure I don't get caught out by torps. A great deal of my guns so far, but not really getting any spotting because of that smoke, of course. There's torpedoes. What do they look like? Well, it's got to be the Shinonome. It can't be anything else. And I got the Marblehead. Nice. Shinonome is the one it would have been nice to get, but... And that's SAP. So that's their Montecuculies here as well. Yeah, it was a mercy killing. It was definitely a mercy killing. What have we lost already? Oh, Mars.
Your business is appreciated.
Let's do another torp drop. There's the Shinonome. How did he get spotted? Well, I'm shooting at him. There's not much more I can do, Key. He's trying to retreat to. He's trying to retreat to the support ships. Oh, and also they're getting capped out. That's not what we want. Oh dear. I feel like this could be going better. Also, there's a name. Dunkelpunk. Right, so the Bismarck kind of just let himself get killed by the Mutsuki there. So that was good. That's what we want to see. But there is an outside chance those would actually hit. Let's get Hydra going soon as well. Wow. So the main, like, even though we, I don't know, it was like me and the Key, okay, we're tying up a lot of their ships here. It doesn't really matter at all. Not even a little.
Torpedoes direct front.
There's the torps. Attacker's low health. There's the Montecuculi. There's more torpedoes, so he's still relatively close. Okay. We're having some big brain tactics going on in this particular match. We'll see if I can recap. Another minute left of my hydro. I like how the Bismarck just straight up ignored the fact that the cap was being capped right next to him. That was a pro move. Also not entirely sure why the Key turned around. Right, I don't think we're winning this one somehow. This is not a particularly amazing team by anybody's estimation. Where's this sneaky little Mutsuki? I mean, our destroyer died so early on that, yeah, they weren't a lot of use. Oh dear.
Torpedoes to port.
Oh, he's up ahead. Okay, yeah, there's just absolutely zero coordination going on in this game. If we hadn't taken that cap, we would have lost even sooner. We'd have lost already. Right, I don't know why I'm trying to drop torps. It's literally no time for my torpedoes to get there now. Oof! Welp. That was what it was. Oof! That Bismarck was just bad. It was just bad. Right, come on, we can do better. Let's try a destroyer ourselves. That might help. Let's take Cossack. That's tiny and stealthy. Well, not tiny, but it is stealthy. It's stealthy and it has all the guns. That was probably Evil Tim.
Appreciated.
Mr. Poughkeepsie. Wait, no, I said that wrong. It's Poughkeepsie. That's how you say it, right? Yeah, I've been seeing when I've had Steam open Manti, the thing keeps popping up saying Manti is now playing CK3. I can definitely see some of the gaps, but overall, yeah, it's pretty playable at the moment, and there's already some fairly decent mods. I actually, like, the most publicised one so far has been the vampire mod, and I actually downloaded that and gave it a go, and yeah, it's like a whole alt history with vampires and a bunch of new mechanics. It's pronounced Keith. Okay, good to know. Right, I think I outspot 5.5. I think I outspot most of their ships. I can't remember what the Mutsuki has offhand, but I'm pretty sure I outspot Hatsuharu. Definitely outspot the Farragut and the Geda. I mean, of course, Sir Dixie. That's how you do it, right? I introduced my friend to it. She came over the other day, and I was like, oh yeah. She's a huge fan of CK2. So like, yeah, I got CK3. Sit play it for a bit if you want. She was like, yeah, I'll give it a try. And like sat played it for 4 hours and then went and bought it that evening. So yeah. It's like, is it like Immortal Bloodlines or something? I can't remember what it's called. That mod, but it's up there on the, you know, most subscribed mods list for CK3. My mom was making rude faces. Yeah, I get that. But I kind of feel it's worth it, because the base game is good, and with mods it's going to be even better. I'm kind of going to wait and see when it comes to... Like, I suspect that DLC policy is going to be exactly the same as it is with CK2. Honestly, not expect any particular differences.
Torpedoes astern.
Well, this smoke ain't gonna last too long. Might turn around and go the other way, to be honest. There's clearly a destroyer over there. Or something. Oh no, it will be a destroyer, they've smoked.
Enemy battleship detected.
I feel like Cossack would be so kind of a fairly strong overall choice for this mode, for a tier 8 destroyer. Monks and Mystics, yeah. I've been kind of feeling that way. As I was saying earlier, that the lack of personal treasury items is a bit of a bummer as well. So it was nice having relics that you could name and, you know, that would get handed down through the family kind of thing and start to have their own history. Who put that Amagi there? I did not order an Amagi. Oof, that's a lot of games. There's a lot of good games coming out, though, at the end of 2020. If there's one good thing one could say about 2020 is that the games are kind of great, because, you know, we've still got Cyberpunk to come out. And, oh god, there's something else that I've been waiting for as well, and I can't remember what it is now. Right, Hatsuharu. That's the thing that was there, apparently. Okay. So far I think we're doing kind of alright. Baltimore is rather charging into the fray. Yeah, there are a lot of good stuff, and there are some gaps I can see that they've... Or, well, where I'm guessing they've basically left stuff out in terms of time. In an effort to actually get the game out. Because if they tried to pack everything from the CK2 DLC into CK3 time-wise, it probably would have taken them a lot longer to get it published. And so stuff like the Ruler Designer, where I kind of feel like that was probably meant to be in the game of launch, and then they were like, well, that's kind of a low priority for now, so we'll leave that later, because they have said that'll be a free DLC later. Pew pew! Maybe I should be trying some AP here, actually. Where's the Hatsu? It's just ignoring me, which is great. I'll take it. Okay, Hatsu's just kind of laying the smoke and going through the smoke at full speed as one does. Of course. That's how one uses smoke, right? Like this one, I think we're winning. Ruler design has become a mod already. All right, I'll have to check that out then. That would actually be kind of useful. Although I don't like. It depends if you can start a game and then it's essentially unmodded from that point. Then that would be cool, because that then makes it immune to having to keep up to date with the mod, which I don't suppose you would have to for something like a Ruler Designer. But I'm slightly wary of relying on something this early after game's release to do any kind of series that I want to do in future, because it then depends on that mod also being updated. I'll have to check that out, though. I'll definitely have to check that out. Oh, he looks so cute. Sorry, I just keep getting distracted because, you know, there's a cute cat next to me. He's all sleepy and peaceful. Right, that carrier's down here as well. Please tell Sam he's handsome and perfect. Hey Sam, the internet says you're handsome and perfect. Well, he looked at me, so I don't know if that counts as being an acknowledgement of this accolade. But I guess that's the best indication we'll get. Alright, Arme, hope you have some good games. Thanks for joining me. Feel free to tune in future.
Engine boost deactivated.
You're always welcome. Already stooping. Stooping how, Hot Dames? Stooping you just started. Oh, I'm not stopping, no. That was Arame that's, you know, or Arme that's going. Just stop laughing, stop watching and go and play with your chainsaw. Oh, you don't mean in, like, that as a euphemism, you mean actually using a chainsaw. Okay, Obby. I don't know what euphemisms New Zealanders use. Don't know if my AP is going to be any better here. Probably not. Well, no, we'll never know. Only 25 tokens that time. You get way more tokens for playing the lower tiers, which is why I guess people have been playing the lower tiers a lot more. So I think I've read somewhere these tokens convert into cash at the end of the event, so if you're just farming the tokens to get a big cash payout at the end, that would make sense. Should we try like a tier 5 again? Oh, if you're off, see you, Sir Dixie. Well, Krasny Krim has got a good range. I probably will regret this. I think with a bit of polishing, this could be a more interesting mode. It almost reminds me, I don't know how many people have been playing World of Tanks long enough to remember this, but who here remembers historical battles from World of Tanks? Which sort of did something similar, but it was doing it to a very different purpose. But it was also essentially mismatched teams. But it kind of fell through because they couldn't get anyone to play the lower tier tanks. Because being down tiered in tanks is way worse than being down tiered in warships. If you literally don't have the penetration to hurt the enemy's higher tier tank, then what you're supposed to do? So the whole thing just was a bit of a failure. There was also National Battles, which was another failed thing they attempted, where it was basically teams of all one national tech tree versus teams of another national tech tree, and that really, again, didn't work because certain vehicles at certain tiers were a lot stronger than other nations, and this was back when it was the old KV-1S. So you had certain teams who would just ruffle stomp all the other nations given, you know, any other tier. And the only reason it kind of works normally is because they're all intermixed together in the random matchmaking. But when you separate them all out and have them nation by nation, it becomes quite apparent that some nations' tiers are actually quite weak compared to others. But yeah, historical battles were a bit more interesting, but it didn't work within the confines of the mechanics within World of Tanks. So that had that notion of asymmetry, but it just didn't work. Whereas you don't really have that issue nearly so much with warships. Lower tier ships can hurt higher tier ships. Right, we don't need to get too close with my range. We'll see who does some spotting and what they see. Yeah. It was a bit silly. Like at tier 6 it was the Soviets kind of hands down, but then at tier 7 you had the T-29. Shagulon, there's a name. I'm spotted, so there we go, it's their Scorner. I suggested for years that they do something with kind of like dynamic hit points. But they never... I don't know. I don't think it's ever a thing that was ever actually tested. I know I certainly wouldn't have been the only person that suggested the idea. And doubtless they had some meetings at some point where someone went, oh yeah, maybe we should try that. But, you know, never got off the ground. Ooh. Hello, Fuso. Right, this is kind of interesting to see how this ship does, actually. I might be able to farm some good fire damage, but we'll see. Some vision on that Tirpitz, that would be nice. Oh, it's actually reversing. So we can get a fire going as well. So yeah, this kind of notion was basically never going to work in World of Tanks. Without some structural changes. Or some willingness to be a bit more flexible. This is totally just island camping, but, you know, in the Krasny Krim against tier 8s, what else are you going to do? The complete madness to try and charge someone down. Is he bumping against someone? He must be, because when your reticle bobbles around like that when you're locked onto somebody, it means they've actually bumped into something. Oh, hello. Oh, Westeros. No, I don't have a fire. Somebody else got a fire going on the turpits. Let's just put it out again. I think anything with good secondaries is a good pick for a tier 8 in this mode. Because you're fairly guaranteed of getting close enough to the enemy to actually use them. I know enough Scandinavians to have been heavily tutored and corrected when I say these Swedish names wrong. I don't think we're winning this one somehow. Oh well. It's fine, I'll just like out-torpor turpits or something. It's fine, we can do this! We can do this. We can totally do this. Have all our battleships died? Yeah. Oh well. Right, this is not the fastest beast in the world, but we'll give it a go. I've been told my pronunciation of, like, you know, the names of the various Russian ships is fairly terrible. So that kind of makes up for it. There's at least one line that I can pronounce correctly, and then the rest is just like, he tried. He's British. An attempt was made. He's put fire out. See if we can get another one. Well, Flamu's Finnish, so, you know, he's probably got sort of... He's got a cultural pass, as it were, for mangling Russian words. Right, well, that was a bit of a non-starter. We didn't really give them much of a challenge there, did we? I'm trying to think what else at tier 5 might be sort of semi-interesting. We've done Visby already. Viribus would be a challenge. I'm not sure we want the challenge of Viribus. That might be too much of a challenge. Let's take a gander at tier 6. There's possibly something there. I think, yeah, Flammy's just one of those streamers. Oh, Nuremberg. Nuremberg could be interesting. Yeah, let's have a go in Nuremberg. Meow. Hello, sir. What are you meowing at me for? He looks very dapper at the moment. He's got one leg hanging off.
Your business is
Which, you know, to my human eyes looks hideously uncomfortable, but he's a cat. So ordinary physics does not apply. Right, so we're made of squish, but we have got a pretty decent range. We've also not really encountered any bots so far, so clearly there are enough people doing the tier 8s now. I expect it's been more of a problem on the NA server with its smaller player base. Sam Cam when? It's supposed to arrive in about a week. Czech, at least it's not Hungarian. What? Meow. Meow. I don't know if it's picking up Sam at all, or if it just sounds like I'm sitting here going meow, meow to myself. Now his head's hanging over the side. Sam, do you even know what physics is? Anatomy, biology, do any of these things mean anything to you? Do you actually have, like, a solid skeleton? The answer to all these is probably no. Let's just see what the Fubuki spots. Really, we want to get in a position where we can just kite away and pew-pew at things. Also, might want to move more towards the main bulk of our group, I suppose. British English is even easier because we just stole it as we went along, the safari hat. A Udachi? Okay. I mean, it's not as unexpected as the Marblehead. Which was certainly very unexpected indeed. Galissoniere? Couldn't you get your language by being invaded? Well, no, not really. If we had... Well, kind of. In that English would have had its roots in Germanic languages brought over by the various people that settled here over the years. But the most recent kind of language invasion, if you like, was Norman French, which didn't really stick, although I think there are some bits of Norman French wordage that do remain. And the Normans were themselves basically French Vikings. That is, Vikings that settled in northern France rather than Frenchmen that decided, yeah, let's be Vikings.
Torpedos Achtaus!
Right, yeah, it's Udachi Torps. Although the idea of French Vikings getting onto their longboats armed with baguettes and pelting smelly cheese at British monks does have a certain appeal. Ooh, speed up a bit. Wonder why he came out of his smoke. It's not necessarily a smart move. Nice thing about the Nuremberg is, of course, German HE, you get the built-in IFHE, essentially. Ooh. Bad part is, super squishy. What I kind of got away with there. That's one of the things I was kind of sad about, actually. In CK2, you could start as a Frisian count, or like the independent count of Frisia. But that doesn't seem to be an option in CK3. Oh, yep. There's the downside of the Nuremberg. Is that going to be like cook or cock? It's fine, it's fine. I'm not saying naughty words if it's, you know, foreign words, right? Okay. Oh, it is actually. Okay. You tricked me into saying naughty words. I would never say naughty words. I'm a pure-hearted, clean-living lad, I am. It's a true story. What's the British slang for? Well, pretty much that. We're referring to male chickens here, of course, right? I mean, what else would we be talking about? Now this one, we seem to be doing kind of okay, but they still have most of their ships. Got to be careful not to die here. Oh yeah, I've seen plenty of those kind of people getting creative with their War Thunder decals, yeah. Hey, fire! Probably won't stick, but you never know. Oh, I think he's about to get jumped by the Fubuki anyway, between the Fubuki's torps and the Shinonome torps. We'll see how that key does. It'd be hilarious if the key then managed to torp somebody themselves. Yeah, there we go. That was a little bit bold there, key, diving in when you know there's destroyers that are going to be in your face. There's the low yank. I think we're winning this one. We'll see if that torpedo trick works on this North Carolina as well. I presume that's what the Leander's trying to do. Better be damn sure you're actually going to make the hits. So, I guess he must have not had Hydro available? You would think you would want to Hydro the thing that's coming towards your smoke? The angry Tier 8 battleship? Yeah, okay. I guess he didn't have it available. No, don't look at me. There's a squashy London there who's much closer than I am. Don't like that the Leon's looking my way as well. That's it. Look at the London. You don't want to fire at me. I bring this sacrificial squashy British cruiser. Another one. He's already eaten the Leander. But he has used his damage control party, so if one of those torps lands a flooding, if any of those torps hit, which they have not. There we go. Stuck a fire on. Not going to be enough to kill him, but it'll top up my damage a bit, hopefully. Whoop! Yeah, there we go. London actually was successful where the Leander was not. Huh. Okay, well the Yudashi, instead of going to hide, has actually come back to play. Which I'll give them points for not running away and making us hunt them down up in the back line of the map. But I do like the rear turret arrangement on this thing. Well, unlike that Leander, Yudachi, I am in fact using my radar, so... And by radar I mean hydro, of course. Hydro, it's like radar but underwater. Or something. Anyway, I'm actually going to give them a compliment for that. I don't think they did that much, but at least they didn't draw it out on us. Good manners, because that's what that was, really. Nope, I'm not looking there. Right. Let's do another tier 7. Also, I'm going to get myself some more water. Meow. So I'll leave you the capable paws of Sam. Meow. 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 I have a confession to make. I've been lying. There is no cat. I've been making the whole thing up. I've just been meowing. Making meowing noises myself just to fool everybody. It's totally true, honest. See you, AGC. Thanks for joining us. Meow. He's being chatty. Belfast might work. I don't know. I don't know if I've played one German ship so far, I suppose. Could do like the Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst might be interesting. I put my Tirpitz B commander in. Wherever they are. I have a lot of spare German captains. Where's my Tirpitz B captain? Just my secondaries. Am I being blind? Oh, yeah, there they are. They're in the Eitel Friedrich. It's because they're not actually in the Tirpitz B at the moment. And I do have the secondary battery thing on there, so that's fine. Just quickly check my flags. That's all good. But we'll slap on the Victor Lima flag just for the extra chance of setting secondary fires. Right, receive an order. Played a German ship with the Bach backing. Well, see, the thing is, if I start playing the Bach, it's gonna be, you know, it'll be unusable on YouTube and it'll get blanked in Twitch's VOD as well. So sadly, this is one of the reasons why I don't ever do music during streams unless it's like video game background music. Also, I just don't tend to listen to music when I'm playing warships anyway. What? What are you meowing about? Come here. Samuel, come here. I command you. For some reason, that didn't work. I don't know why. He's normally so obedient. Anyway. You're not sure how that's how cats work. Maybe I've been doing it wrong. He doesn't seem to get very excited when I tell him he's going to go out for a walkies. That's true. Safari Hat, the thing is, we're talking about the difference between performance copyright and music copyright. So classical music, by and large, is obviously public domain, except you can get specific arrangements of classical music that are still copyrighted. And then you've also got on top of that, as I said, performance copyright, which is a whole other thing. So it would be, I suppose, possible to find an old enough Bach recording that is both, you know, out of both copyrights, as it were, but it would be likely to be played with piano or a revival harpsichord. Rather than, you know, a proper old-timey harpsichord, as it were. Because, yeah, harpsichords only started to make any kind of comeback in the 20s, and the first harpsichords, up until about, I think, like the 80s, the 90s, like it took a while. They were basically recreations with modern materials, which sounded very different to actual period harpsichords. And it really wasn't until the 90s that there started to be a growing interest in making classical music sound like it did with period instruments, as it would have sounded when it was played. So there's actually now various orchestras that specifically do that. He's having a Maddie. I think he's just decided now's the time he's going to attack his toy fish and run around and scratch his post and meow and just generally have a Maddie. Well, the thing is, with stuff on YouTube, there's no way for me to be sure without sort of knowing the provenance, as it were, so better safe than sorry. If nothing else, all the kind of nonsense you get with YouTube and all the rest of it these days tends to make one very shy of falling afoul of the whole content ID system. Because it tends to be a little on the unforgiving side. You can have your channel just disappear without a trace at a moment's notice. It's a fun way to, you know, have a business, obviously. Right, what's my secondaries range at the moment? 8 kilometers. Right, I think we'll make a turn here, maybe. They don't have any battleships, do they? That's interesting. Oof, ouch. Trento, we'll have to watch out for their torps. There's some Furious planes. Furious! They were livid! Oh, he's died now. Oh. A bit of fire. Hopefully that smoke clears soon. Nice citadel. Okay-ish damage. Might put a fighter here, because why not? Might as well learn to use them. Oh, Podvoisky is almost in secondaries range. remember what his torp range is offhand, but it's not particularly close, right? Oh, he's run aground. Oh, I think you're going to regret that, Podvoisky. I think maybe you are going to regret that. I'm not sure what the plan was there, but it probably didn't involve running aground. Right, the enemy team's line is looking a little bit messy, shall we say. Oh, there he is. Pew 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 pew. I'll often get to do secondaries at tier 7, so yeah. Humbach myself. I don't think anybody wants that. I don't think that would be a good time for anybody. There he goes. Let's actually put some HE in the barrels. I think we might be winning this one so far. But they have 2 carriers, probably hasn't helped them very much. I would certainly avoid any copyright issues, that's true. Just hum my own version of Bach. Well, that's just never not funny. That's just never not funny. Oh, hello, planes. Not even that much damage done overall, but
Your business is appreciated.
I think we're winning. Although we don't have a cap yet. We probably could do with at least 1 cap. So everybody's bloodlust doesn't get the better of them. There he goes. I still have the Gallant and the carriers lurking at the back. This is probably just paranoia, but I am going to get the cap because it would be both hilarious and sad if we managed to lose this one. Heck, even if the Shikaku came to the cap, that would be useful, but I suspect I'll be able to cap it well before they would. So we're only just keeping ahead on points because they've got the caps ticking away for them. Yeah, I'd imagine the Baltimore would be pretty good. I can see that. Radar and very heavy hitting heavy cruiser shells. Oh, well, we know where the Gallant is. Ouch. Well, I kind of walked into that one. I really didn't have any clue he was there until, you know, smoke appeared and it was a bit too late. But, you know, hopefully that's the last chance he gets to make a drop. Well, Shikaku can just keep him lit up. Oh, Shikaku, why didn't you drop a fighter to keep him spotted? Would have been nice. Oh, he did. Okay. Well, there's me being needlessly critical. Why didn't you do the thing that you did? I'm going to complain about it bitterly.
Gegnerischer Zerstörer versenkt.
Right, I feel a little bit more secure now. We've taken out that gallant and we now actually have the caps. I know, I'm such a toxic streamer. I'm like Clyde, I'm just notoriously toxic. Worse than Flamu, it's well known. At least my AA gunners have gotten a good workout in this one. Secondaries, well, it looked impressive, but only 23 actual secondary battery hits. Sam, you're a bit mad. I don't know if you knew that.
Unser Team hat die Führung übernommen.
He's now having an important mid-Maddie licking himself break.
Unser Sieg ist
Right, where is this Furious gone? True cackling. I mean, Mutsu, Mr. Snuggles. There's Mutsu and oh, he's down in this corner. And West Virginia. Oh no, he's down in that corner. Why are the planes coming at me? Oh, because they're Ryusho's planes. Yeah, Mutsu and West Virginia. But they're neither of them the most played ships ever, so yeah. Anyway, I think we won. That was kind of an entertaining match. Well, now we have to try out Mutsu, it's decided. Mutsu and West Virginia, they're going to be the next picks. Yeah, that was okay. Top score somehow. Not entirely sure how.
Your business is appreciated.
Mutsu, there you are. Right, so let's put Yamamoto in because we might as well. But turret traverse buff especially will be handy. 37 seconds. Is it still broken? I think it might still be broken. Not sure. It might be overly good at the moment. Meow. Meow meow. You need to do some nice and loud meows so they can hear you can hear you on the stream, Sam. So the big guns turn faster, yes. Yeah, it's a little while ago I was doing that regularly. OE0X01, that's a catchy, snappy username you've got there. So yeah, sub 40-second turret traverse on Mutsu. It'll never last. There was, once upon a time, there was a patch in Payday 2 where they completely broke stealth. There was a certain item, like it was a weapon, like a knife or something, where if you took it, they entered a value wrong, essentially. So it had like an extra 0 on the end as a stealth multiplier. to the extent where you could walk around with like a minigun and a rocket launcher and full heaviest possible armor and still have the best possible stealth value. It was kind of hilarious. But sadly they patched it after only a few hours. So I think this sort of falls into the same category, but I don't know. Right, what are we facing off against? Massachusetts, Bismarck, Gneisenau, Muscovica, interesting. Let's angle over this way. In theory it ought to have better firing angles through the B cap. I'm sure a lot of people will be terribly disappointed when it goes away. Well, it would... I think... I don't know if this would be a server-side fix or if this is something they would literally have to patch the client for. We're trying to hit the Massachusetts here, actually. I mean, it's going to literally be human error. That's what it'll come down to. They're all firing at me, and I'm not sure I like it. Oh! Oh, I hope you're not firing at me, Bismarck. Just at the point where I'm trying to make a turn. Yeah, he was. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I really don't want to get too close here, especially as the Tallinn is just sitting in there, smoke and firing at me too. Actually gotten some penetration damage so far though, despite the less than stellar pen values of these shells. Hey, yellow. Right, they're kind of blobbed up there, so we're getting the A cap all right so far. My back turrets are just slightly out of sync by a couple of seconds compared to each other. Yeah, it does rather suggest it's not something easily fixable, easily patchable on the server side. That would seem to be... Right, Hatsu could have kept A? B I can understand not going for because the Tallinn... keep doing that. The Tallinn is there. Why do I keep wanting to make that a different word? I don't know. But yeah. So it's being left to the Molotov for some reason. Right, there's the Tallinn. The Tall Inn. That one. Well, believe me, Wargaming knows they've goofed on this one, but I don't know. Well, it'll be fixed when it's fixed. They still haven't fixed the replays thing, sadly. Still have a whole bunch of replays that I cannot use. Yeah, the Slav and yeah, they were quite good. I think he's getting a bit tired of doing the torpedo beats, though. I can understand that cough, cough, caption guy, cough, cough. When everyone's like, yeah, do the thing! Do the thing! You're known for doing the thing, do the thing! And after a certain point, you're like, I don't want to do it anymore. Oh, I like Massachusetts. Maybe we should switch to some high explosive. I don't know, we're doing alright when we actually hit. Ooh, I got some Molotov. I can focus down this Massachusetts, that would be kind of useful. I don't know if we are doing any particular level of focus fire at the moment. Well, here I am, zooming and dodging around, and this other Mutsu is just like, yeah, I'm just going to chill back here. That's how I play my Fuzo, it's fine. Oh, nice, 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 nice. Good hit. So the Whisker is the one that's smoking the tall in. Nice. There is something to be said for having 16-inch guns at this tier. Honestly, I much prefer this to the West Virginia, but you know what? We'll play the West Virginia as well, just because. Now, if we could just get people to stop dying and actually concentrate fire on the enemy team a bit more, I think that would be grand. Ooh, Hatsu, I think you were a bit close there. Unless he's being radared at the moment, he could be. It's entirely possible. Fuzo actually works quite well for this, but you have to fire a lot of high explosive. Oh, looks like he's going to land, what, 2 out of that lot? 3? Be good damage. 4, they're Japanese torps, so very good damage. Right, our Hatsu is doing alright. They're doing very alright. You backing up? Yes, you are. You're gonna maybe want to actually do a bit of manoeuvring there, Mutsu. Perhaps. Da 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 da. Atam, hello. I sort of maybe could have joined you this evening, but I'm doing asymmetric battles, and you can't division for asymmetric battles, so perhaps not so much. We have arrived! Indeed you have. Just to the point where Sam is running around being a bit mad in the background. Mutsu, you're not a key. You don't get... No, it's just reversing. Maneuvering is hard, you guys. Using the WASD keys is hard. So instead, what you do, so you only have to think about it half as hard, is you only use the W and S keys. It's genius. It's completely genius. Asymmetric games are going okay. We've won some, we've lost some. We've been experimenting with both the lower tiers and the higher tiers. Way more efficient to get tokens as the lower tier ships. You can see why people are kind of farming the tokens on the lower tiers. No, I'm just trying the Mutsu because I thought, why not? 16-inch guns, reasonable turn of speed, not the best armour, but it ought to do okay, and so far it has been. Oof, that's the downside, however. Definitely not the most armour. That steadily reversing Mutsu, meanwhile. Doesn't seem to have taken any big hits at all. Oh well. What can you do? Honestly, I seem to have been getting a fairly even mix of wins in both brackets at this stage. It's not been too difficult at all. I'm just waiting for this Mutsu to get, like, torpedoed or something. He's literally just been... No! Whisker's way back there. What the heck? Don't even know. It's always annoying when you see someone just playing so derpily and it's just like, yeah, they're just getting away with it. Just getting away with it, because why not? They learned nothing. Anyway, this one we're definitely winning. We're actually getting a decent amount of damage out of it as well. He's starting to turn away. I might want to load up some high explosive from this point. With how he's now angling. I think our Hatsuharu's done rather well for themselves in this game. I've torped 2 of their tier 8 battleships. Oh, there's the Whisker. Let's actually try and land some shots there, maybe. So it's not actually backed up by anything. Nope. No vision. Okay. You're actually back to showing a broadside. This other Mutsu. Oh, well. What can you do? Apart from complain about it on stream. I'm sure this Bismarck's getting as frustrated as I am shooting at this guy, because he's not been attempting to dodge or anything. It's just been kind of sitting there. And I suspect it's only the Bismarck's own thingamy accuracy that's been holding him back in terms of doing more damage. Oof! Me, on the other hand, he certainly had no difficulty doing damage to. He's finally managed to do some kind of hit to that Mutsu. Anyway, there goes the Bismarck. 96k damage! I'll take it. That's not too shabby at all. That's really not too shabby. Oh, in fact, there we go. Over 100k damage. I think this is almost certainly the best damage game so far. Although the Scharnhorst game was maybe a little more enjoyable. I don't know. I was being all super try-hard in this one. And he did something. More than our Haruna did, anyway. Did they go AFK? I really don't know. They didn't do a lot, did they? Anyway, let's give that Hatsu a compliment. We're actually in danger of running out of compliments today. It's weird. Right, now let's see if we can do anything like the same in the West Virginia. I suspect the answer is going to be no. If you want one of these 406mm gun ships at this tier, it's Mutsu all day, every day. Or 410mm in Mutsu's case, but yeah. West Virginia is just... It's not the same. It's not. It's just not. I honestly find... I mean, it's not bad. I just find Mutsu so much more reliable than West Virginia. I think part of it is the extra couple of knots. Which does make a difference. It certainly has got the tankier armour, but when you're down tiered, that doesn't necessarily make much difference in terms of big battleship guns firing at you. Yeah, Arizona would certainly be a superior pick. Exact same map. Well, okay.
Battle starts.
Colorado's okay sometimes. I kind of have a soft spot for the Colorado, honestly, but it can still be a fairly frustrating ship. Alright, we're not going to be anywhere near as quick in this match. Well, this is, of course, the special West Virginia camo, so... yeah. Let's put some coal in our corncob pipes and go and bust some unions or something. I don't know what the pastimes are in West Virginia. Anyway. Oh, I didn't buy this. This was given to me with Wargaming along with the ship. So, quite often these things are just given to us. So we don't have to buy them. But not always. What was that horn? It's basically special to this. It's like it's supposed to be kind of musical, slightly randomized horn. It's a lot better sound hearing it in the port because it can just go on and on. But yeah, it's kind of almost but not quite musical. It kind of loops together a bunch of samples. It's supposed to kind of reference the song, but it doesn't really sound like it, to be honest. At least I don't think so. Well, that was apparently a bit off, or was that just poor dispersion? I kind of can't tell, to be honest.
Your business is appreciated.
The thing with music, I can kind of understand that though. The thing with musical rights like that is you have to, like, buying a lifetime license for a song that famous would probably be super expensive. And if you buy a license for a limited time, then you can just kind of have to remove it after a while, or else keep renewing it over and over again, which again could get quite expensive. So, yeah. I mean, officially that was the reason why Steven Seagal was taken out of the game, but there were other factors there, let's be honest. There were definitely other factors. Reverend Lovejoy, I like that. That's a good name. People have suggested custom horns before now. I think that's long been a suggestion. Would that be allowed as a thing?
The enemy team has taken the
Right.
lead.
We don't have any caps yet, that's why we're kind of doing rather badly off.
The enemy is about to win.
Well, this is going splendidly. Arizona or Warspite? Probably Arizona. I mean, Warspite's heel's going to be useful, though. Fuso with a big dollop of HE spam would probably also work quite well. Yeah, no, I don't like that either. I don't think a lot of people like that. That feels manipulative in a rather cheap, kind of crummy way. There we go. Citadel on the Reverend Lovejoy.
The ship is on fire.
we can get a bit more damage done. Bismarck's not looking at me. Yeah, I don't know. This is going very well, this one. The fact that it's evened out so much in terms of like wins, it's not just one bracket that's consistently winning, makes me think that in terms of balance, maybe it's like really not that bad. It's just kind of had to settle down a bit. Yeah, Ismail, I suppose, but it's got those limited damage control parties, which I never particularly liked as a feature, but maybe that's less of an issue here. I haven't really tried it, to be honest. I'm going to make a turn here, kind of ignoring me for the time being. Let's keep focusing that Megami. Umex is down already. I don't think we're going to win this one somehow. We've only got 60 points left. Not actually killed anything yet. I suspect that Montecuculi isn't going to last too much longer. Is this game free to play? I mean, with the usual caveats of it being considerably a hell of a lot grindier if you don't spend any money on it. But there aren't any truly pay-to-win items that you can buy at the moment. There have been some premium ships that have arguably been pay-to-win that have been put out in the past that cannot now be bought, but yeah, generally speaking it's quite good in that regard. But in terms of its microtransactions, there are still some unpleasant features of this game, shall we say. None of that stuff necessarily helps you win, it just lets you progress faster. Ada Henrique. It's some of the premium ships specifically that have been problematic. I don't think any of the other stuff is particularly giving you an advantage, to be honest. Nope. Oh well. Should we try that one again? I feel like we can do more. If, yeah, easily, apparently, top of that team score-wise. Okay. Anyway, this is the Horn in its full glory. Oh wait, I just realised it was Lupin Remus saying that. Okay, there we go. There's a facepalm for you all. An actual literal facepalm. Somebody missed the /s implied in that statement, clearly. Is it not glorious? No, the answer is no, it is not glorious. You know what I completely forgot to do? I had a... Wow, this is so belated. I added this damn command and then ATAM goes, yeah, I'm going to raid you, and I forget. So there we go, completely belated. But there's ATAM's Twitch stream. You can go and stick them on your file list if you feel like it. There we go. Yeah, it's not proper music, it's just a bunch of samples that kind of loop and repeat. Like, there's clearly some logic to it, in that it's not just completely happening randomly, but yeah. I say map again. Was hoping for something a bit different, but never mind. More battleships this time, though.
General quarters.
Oh, they have 2 tier 8 CVs. This might be a bit painful. Yes, but unlike World of Tanks, on a premium, like that's the baked-in bonus with a premium perma camo. Like the bonus is different on different tiers. So the highest kind of baked-in bonuses are on tier 8 premium ships. But there are usable non-perma camos. You know what I mean? Just regular consumable camos. There we go. That you can earn or get through event crates or whatever, that can actually give you bigger individual bonuses. And there's also all the various signals, some of which can also give you increased credit earnings. So you can stack things up in a way that you just cannot do in World of Tanks. The only thing that World of Tanks really does differently is you have the global directives that affect your entire roster of whatever you play for a set amount of time. That isn't really in warships, apart from if you're in a clan, then there's clan buildings in play, and you can get various bonuses depending on how upgraded those clan buildings are, and those are just always on, so they're not time limited at all. So it's kind of like the stronghold bonuses, except the stronghold bonuses tend to relate to stronghold stuff in World of Tanks rather than just general gameplay. Hopefully that answers your question, Mirko Fodor. In at least somewhat comprehensible way. I think the only ship... There's one ship that's a bit like the Churchill 3 in World of Tanks, in that it has a higher bonus to Commander XP. I think just a higher bonus to XP generally, and that's the Sims. I think that's the only one that's different as a premium compared to any of the other premiums. And that was one of the OG pre-order ships. But that is useful in terms of training captains, certainly. Because how much XP you earn in a battle is the basis of then how much Commander XP you get out of a battle. Sergeant Sully from... What did we decide you were from? The American state of New Zerona or something like that? Yeah, I can't remember now. Some silliness. How are you this evening? Missouri has the better credit earnings, that's true, yeah, but in terms of XP, I think it's just the Sims. But yeah, Missouri is by far the best credit earner in the game. So good that they decided, well, we're not doing that again, and actually took it out the game. There are, like, some of the extra perma camos you can buy, like the ones the Japanese artists did. I think they have a higher credit earning coefficient, and what's the other thing I'm trying to think of? Oh, Prince Eugen has got a special second perma camo that also earns more credits. Yeah, Roma, Key, and Yamato's perma camos. And like I say, Prince Eugen also has a second perma camo that gets a higher credit bonus. Hello, Sam. Meow. 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 I assume that's audible. Certainly audible to me. Meow. 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 What are these demands for? Put Sam up to the mic. The one thing he doesn't like, he's a very chill cat. He's a remarkably relaxed cat once he's gotten settled in, but the one thing he genuinely will not tolerate for more than a couple of seconds is being picked up. I've been trying to do it every so often, but he just starts wriggling like a mad thing, goes like, no, 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 put me down, and you don't really have a choice. Because he wriggles so hard, he's just about to wriggle out of your hands. So, you don't like it, do you, Sam? So, I can't pick him up and cuddle him like a, you know, one of those mad cat people you see on YouTube videos. where they want to hug every cat or whatever that particular... that one famous viral video was about. What would you name a cat that can play a piano? I don't know. I would name it Cha-Ching because I would make all of the YouTube money. But I assume you have some specific pun answer in mind there. Meowtsart. Oh, there you go. I thought you had some kind of thing in mind. I mean, Cha-Ching is quite a good name for a cat that's earned you lots of money, I think. But you'd have to be quite careful about how you said it, because then people might think you're being a bit racist. Anyway, I just thought of that. You couldn't just say it conversationally, could you? Oh yeah, this is my cat, Cha-Ching. People would look at you like, what? Wouldn't make a lot of sense. It's Father's Day on Sunday. Okay, you're overflowing with dad jokes. I think we're winning this one, you guys. The dual carrier seems to have not helped them very much. Meow. Are you hungry, Sam? Is this what the meowing is about? Is Samuel demanding food? It's not been that long since he was last fed, but I usually give him a few biscuits before bedtime. Man, the weird thoughts that happen in my head sometimes. But that's why people are here watching me, I suppose. It wouldn't be entertaining if I was just kind of boring and normal. I mean, what even is normal? Who knows? Go. Do I give him hobnobs? I haven't actually had any hobnobs in the house since I've had Sam, so I don't know if he likes hobnobs or not. As I was saying the other day, though, he's definitely a plate bandit. Anytime you sit down with a plate of food of any variety, he suddenly gets very interested. He becomes very friendly. He's a bit dog-like in that regard. Iron brew in his bowl. I think that would count as animal cruelty. That would definitely be animal cruelty. You get, like just normal hobnobs don't have chocolate, but you also get, I think both milk chocolate and dark chocolate hobnobs are a thing. I don't think there are any other varieties. But the milk chocolate hobnobs are indeed very nice. Especially with a bit of peanut butter, like, smeared on the top. Yeah, chocolate you don't give to cats. Or dogs. And they're not really equipped to handle dairy either. It's like a digestive, kind of. It's an oaty biscuit. Digestives are, what, wheat, I think they're made with? Whereas hobnobs are made with oats. You want, oh god, Lupin. Okay, I'm gonna regret this, aren't I? I mean, we just won that anyway. So there we go. That was actually about the same damage as last time, but this time that top tier team was, yeah, I think double carriers was no good for them, and they didn't have any battleships. Hobnobs are the Marines of biscuits because they taste like crayons? I don't know. Oh, it's a PTK thing. Okay. Somebody else said that Ismail's actually quite good, so we'll give that a go. I've not actually tried that in this mode yet. Meow. 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 One thing I can't get him to do is go on my lap while I'm at the computer. He'll go on my lap when I'm sat on the sofa, but not at the computer. Meow. 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 Come on, Sam, let's try this for science. Oh, he's not going to like this. Oh, he's wriggling. Go on, do a meow. Do a meow, Sam. Go on. I think he mostly just wants to be put down rather badly. Go on, do a meow. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. He did not like that. Oh, I'm sorry, Sam. I know. I know you don't like it. Anyway, it's fine. If I wake up with a cat trying to smother me in the middle of the night, it'll be because I did that. Meow. What?
Бой начинается.
Don't put him down, he's too young. What? He's 2, he's an adult cat. He's not a little kitty. I mean, he's not a big cat, but he's an adult. Meow. What? Are these hungry cat noises? I think they are. Oh. Not like that, Mr. Snuggles. Mr. Snuggles, you monster. I wouldn't do that to Sam. He's just... Wow. You complete monster. Good grief. Anyway. He's my little cutie Sam, aren't you, Sam? He's now studiously ignoring me. He's very offended. I think mostly offended because I tried to pick him up. Is that it? That's a naked Sirocco, right? It always has the T-62 on the hull, but that's just... Yeah, why wouldn't you take the... I always get confused when I see premium ships that don't have the perma-camo. That's always so very confusing. Now, this has the disadvantage of no way of extending range. So it really is going to be a case of drive me closer. I want to hit them with my sword. Also, they have an Enterprise, so that might be a bit ugly. Cats are the second most deadly animal in the world. I presume that includes, like, big cats rather than just domestic cats. I also seem to recall something about hippos being rather deadly as well. At least out of African land mammals. No domestic cats, I should be afraid. Okay. I presume this is... It's just like people tripping over cats, or like deadly how? I'm curious now. Deadly to humans. Oh, I see. Ooh, well, I seem to be attracting a bit of attention. In a way, I'm not sure I entirely enjoy. I maybe want to try some high explosive here. I don't know. Another thing this doesn't have going for it is awkward turret angles. Also a long reload. I'm not convinced about the Ismail, but we'll see. Ooh. Yeah, cycling's the only part of the triathlon that you might win. That's true. Don't taunt a hippo unless you're on a bicycle. I think is the lesson we've learned there. Right, they've en masse gone south. I have range on... I do have range on the Amagi, but no shots. What if you have an RPG? I guess you'd seriously wound it, but the question is, would you wound it enough to kill it outright? You might do, I guess. It's an RPG after all. Firing HE, well, it's a completely angled Tirpitz, and so what else am I going to do right now? Well, the Eugen is coming back into range, actually. Let's switch back to AP. And sometimes in bomb tiers, you know, it can pay to switch to high explosive, depending on how people are angling. Have you... I'm scared to ask, Safari Hat, if you've tested this on many hippos. Right, that guy's going a bit broadside, so let's see how we do that. Sorry, I must have flacked those planes. There we go. It's not like I'm completely ignoring the AP shells, it's just sometimes it's appropriate to use the full toolbox, as it were. I think I'll do maybe one more game after this and then call the stream there, just before it gets too late. That will take me up to about midnight. And it'll have been about 3 hours by then, so that's a decent-ish length of stream, I think. Right, just the Eugen targeting me right now. That Margie's coming around the corner though. Let's see, broadside Leon. Let's see what we can do to one of them. If I can reload in time. Come on, reload. Right, that's now angry. Oh, nice, 17k. That's now an angry Amagi coming into, hoving into view. Who naturally is giving a broadside as I load the HE, but oh well. Go back to AP after this. The kiting away angles on this ship are actually pretty good. I'll give it that. Oh, he's angling again now. Oh, that's impressive. Ooh. Hello. Well, Amagi's getting focused down rather well. You seem to know a lot of interesting hippo facts, Snuggles. I would like to subscribe to this service, please. Is this one of them premium rate, you know, text things? Hippo facts! Texts may be charged at the premium rate. Right, that is a lovely broadside bit of carrier right there. I started off grouped up so nicely and then it's kind of, I don't know, turned into a bit of a flail maybe. Ooh. $14k. Nice. Well, considering what they can do to a watermelon, I'm surprised a skull isn't that, you know, difficult for them. I'm not surprised a skull isn't that difficult for them, rather. Right, I think we are winning this one. Maybe. Aw, just over pens. You have a problem. What is your problem, brown leather chair? Is it a hippo problem? Because if it is, I will direct you to Mr. Snuggles, who is our resident hippo expert. Which is a thing every stream should have. Dog sleeping next to you but he getting hungry. Ah, I can empathise with that because many times now I've been kind of in a similar position where Sam's all snuggled up cutely and nicely on my lap, and then it's like, well, I have to get up a pee or get some food or something. And eventually you have to, and the look of betrayal that they give you, the betrayal, it's just, oof. You know that they'll never forgive you for at least the next 5 minutes. At least the next 5 minutes. Right, well, we won. What can I say? One more game, Sam, and then I'll give you some supper. 62k, that was okay. No one even broke 1,000 base XP that. We'll actually go back for a high tier game. Why not for one of the tier 8s? Why do I keep going to the friends list one? I don't know. Ah, there we go. That's the thing I want to click on. Tier 7 or 8. Well, let's do a tier 8. We've not done some secondary silliness so far. I've got my Massachusetts B that I haven't played yet. No, I don't want... Why is it saying I've got tier 6 selected? When I didn't. No, I don't have tier 6 selected. Oh, no, I do. Okay. UI derp. Let's ignore that. There was a secret episode in message of episodes of What Lupin. Are you interested in Star Wars stuff? Nah. Dare I click on that right now? Hang on, what's the preview? It's not actually going to give me one. Anyway. What is this? Star Wars? Tell me more. I'm interested. Maybe. No, not that command. Massachusetts. There we go.
Your business is appreciated.
See the video. Oh lord, okay. I won't regret this. R2D2 secret message. I've immediately hit mute because I don't... Not that I don't trust you, but I don't trust you. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I haven't seen this particular secret message before. That's true. That definitely would have gotten a copyright something. That one particular secret message is indeed a new one to me. Oh, right. I think this should be a good one to finish on, unless the team completely folds like a wet paper bag. That's always a possibility. Also struggling a bit with the matchmaking now, as it's getting later. This poor little cat. He's so hungry, chat. He's practically skin and bones. He's literally just like a skeleton with some fur on. He's wasted away so much since his last meal. He wants you to know that he's very ill-treated and basically never gets fed. And I beat him constantly as well, of course. Of course. Did you know that hippos hate wet paper bags? I'm just going to take your word for that, Mr. Snuggles. You know, if somebody says a thing on the internet, it's 100% guaranteed to be true. We all know this. Is PETA watching the stream? Fortunately, they aren't in the UK. We have actual animal charities, not charities that masquerade as being animal charities when they are really anything but. Well, the people that have their pets stolen from their front porches and euthanized by Peter probably care about Peter, but not in the way that Peter is hoping, I expect. Anyway, let's find us a battle. We haven't had a single bot all evening, I don't think. Mr. Snuggles, alright, thank you for joining us. Have a good night, I guess it would be, or possibly evening, or day, morning, mid-afternoon. I think I've covered most of the possibilities there. Have a good witching hour. Good siesta? I don't know. Can't think of anything else I might have missed. Evening on the East Coast, okay. Yes, but is Mr. Snuggles on the East Coast, however? Lenin and Lenin with Kuznetsov. Yeah, probably would be. Especially with that turret traverse. Second breakfast time. So, you admit it, Sergeant Sully, New Zealanders actually are hobbits. Sam, what are you doing? That's the carpet, Sam. Carpet and claws do not mix. He's being silly. Are you being silly? Meow. He insists he is in fact a very serious cat. And he's doing serious cat business. I really wish you could see him right now. He looks completely ridiculous. I wonder if I can get to my camera before he moves. They always know. When you go to get the camera, they know. Oh, Sam, you look so very daft right now. It's fine. I'm definitely paying attention to the game, you guys. Ah, oh, Sam! You moved, you little bugger. Oh well. They know. They just know. Okay, I got a kind of half slightly blurry one that will have to do. Now he's running around and being mad again. See you, Safari Hat! Many of the scenes for Lord of the Rings were filmed in your valley. Okay then. So you get to have all the fun of tourists wandering around day and night. Probably more during the day than at night, I'm imagining. Though perhaps less so at the moment. Something COVID something. Ooh. Leander. I don't think I'm going to have a shot though. At least not in time. Normandy. Normandy's actually a fairly fast ship. Paradiddler. Well, there's a word that you don't see very often. It's an uncommon word indeed. The only reason I know what a paradiddle is because I used to work at a music teaching place. for a little while. Not teaching music myself, just doing boring office stuff, but yeah. It's something to do with drumming.
Your business is appreciated.
I can't remember specifically what it is, but it's a specific drumming like move or technique or something. Grease monkey! I don't know why it... Oh, there we go. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. There's the raid. Didn't pop up for a second there. How was your stream? I'm just coming to the end of... this is actually my last game, but... We've been having a reasonable amount of fun playing asymmetric games. Pew 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 pew! All of the secondaries! Pew 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 pew! So we can get a close quarters out of this match, perhaps. Where did he put torps out? Whoop! The revolution. Because you don't really have to have manual secondaries, you can just have these bazillions of 127mm pinging off in all separate directions. Isengard was filmed in Harcourt Park here in Rivendell in Kaitoke National Park. I'm hoping I said that correctly.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Whoop, I think that Bismarck's not having a good day. I'm also presuming... There don't seem to have been any T-61 torps, but the Leander almost certainly has put out some torpedoes. Maybe I should just not fire my guns, just let my secondaries do the work. All this aiming and clicking to fire guns, just so passé, you know? Who does that anymore? Just let secondary guns do the work. Right, no torpedoes, it looks like. Solid 10k, and I think I just killed a turret on that Normandy as well. So he's now at 2/3 firepower. Well, let's turn around here. Obviously don't want to go this way all by ourselves. Hello, October Revolution. Looking at the Adago. Not the only thing here, of course. Well, we're a couple of ships down already, but we're getting to pew 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 with our secondaries. How's the ships tonight? It's basically been asymmetrical battles all evening, and it's not been too bad. I've been winning and losing in both brackets and having an okay time. No monster damage games. I think in terms of like the rewards of playing asymmetric modes, it's definitely not as good as random games. But it's interesting, a bit different. Ooh, there's also a cat running around madly in the background. I don't know if that's coming through. Haha! 2-0 damage pens. What was that? It says penetration, but it sure wasn't. Let's get back in the cap. Not many tourists at present. May not be till next year. Yeah, that's kind of the same everywhere. Sam, what are you doing? He's got something on the table now. I don't trust him because, you know, cat. He's lovely and wonderful and fluffy and cute, but in no way trustworthy. I've been on tanks this evening. Good grief. Well, I suppose someone still has to play it. Samuel! Meow! Behave! Never mind meow. Right, they do still have... Oh, they do still have a Gidda. Who is right around that corner. And he's facing such that he could in fact put torpedoes out on me. Right, are you going to try it, Gator? Could be bad for me if he does. No, he's bailing out. around the side. There's one lot of torps. That's only one lot of torps. There's the Dago.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy destroyer detected.
Logida. He's now in Poma spotting range. Oh, secondary gunners, you better do your business. I do have the iron right here, so can I beat the speed of these torpedoes is the question. I think the answer is yes. It was a risky move, but it did not pay off. Right, Kirov is low health, October Revolution's kind of angling away. He's going a bit slower than I expected. See if we can get this cap and then we can just charge forward. Well, I suppose the special, yeah, the gold shells, I suppose they still cost more, is the thing, so, yeah.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
The very fact that the game needs that as a mechanic, or that they chose to have that as a mechanic, still, it's just at the point where I kind of stopped being able to excuse it in my own mind a fairly long time ago. Well, somebody's got 4 kills. Who's that? The Scharnhorst. They've done okay. You have a problem. Is the problem dog-related again, Brown Leather Chair? The dog is eating your foods. Yeah, I think that's entirely on you. I don't think chat can do anything about that. I think you might just have to tell the dog, no, don't eat my food. You just have to kind of like stand up for yourself. Which is going to be difficult because the dog is probably very cute. Sometimes, despite the cuteness, you just have to steel yourself and, you know, tell the dog not to eat your food, or do some other similar thing that you don't want it to do.
Ship sunk.
Oh, no close quarters. Okay, no achievements in this mode, that makes sense. Right. Much quicker turret traverse than it probably should be. I'm pretty sure I've got... No expert marksman. Okay. Meow. I know, Sam. This is the last game, I promise. They never really even, I think... It was talked about a couple of times, the idea, of, and certainly suggested a lot by the community, of limiting the number of premium shells that a ship could... a tank could carry, but... I don't... Again, it's not a thing they ever bothered testing. Meow. Meow. Poor Sam. Poor starving little Sam. Oh, right. I think that is our lot for the evening, so I'll find somebody to host. Not bad. All of the pew-pews! How much secondary damage was that? I'm slightly curious. Not a lot of fires, but 30k secondary damage. 1,094 shells fired. Give Sam a hug. Well, I'll do my best. He's not really a hugger, but he does enjoy being petted quite a lot.